In the mountains of northern Arizona, the city of Flagstaff offers up great tasting water straight from the tap. But where does our water come from? Unlike other regions of Arizona, Flagstaff water comes from multiple sources. Our drinking water is a blend of water from underground wells, springs, and surface water from Lake Mary. Well and spring water are naturally filtered as they seep underground. But how does surface water from a lake go from this to this? Welcome to the Lake Mary Water Treatment Plant. Water from Upper Lake Mary is piped to the plant and cleaned before heading out to faucets across Flagstaff. Let's see how they do it. The first step is flocculation, removing the bits of soil and plant matter, called sediment, that cloud the water. Lee Williams, operations supervisor, explains how this process works.
Coagulants have a positive charge. Sediment has a negative charge. Adding a coagulant to the lake water helps the sediment bind together. This is called flocculation. As the sediment forms larger bits of floc, these become heavy and over the course of about 30 minutes settle to the bottom of our beaker.
Outside at the plant, flocculation takes place in the 3 chambers of the sedimentation basins. The coagulant is added to the water as it enters the plant and flows into the first chamber. The water is actively circulated below the surface, mixing in the coagulant and encouraging flocculation. When the basins are drained, you can see the paddles that churn the water and keep it moving. Below the surface, the second and third chambers are calm. This allows the floc to settle to the bottom, eventually creating a layer of sludge. When the water is drained, you can see the mechanical arms that revolve very slowly in the second and third basins, scraping the sludge towards the drain. The sludge is pumped away, dried, and hauled to the landfill. In each basin, the water becomes more clear. Plant operators monitor turbidity, or the cloudiness of the water, at several points along the process. Turbidity is measured in nephelometric turbidity units, or NTUs. Raw water entering the plant from Lake Mary can range anywhere from 10 to 150 NTUs. Following flocculation, much of the sediment has been removed and the NTU is now below 1. The next step is filtration. This removes the smallest particles from the water. In the third basin, rectangular dock-like structures, called finger weirs, jut into the ponds. These finger weirs capture the clearest water just below the surface and send it onto the filtration building. One of the first things you'll notice about the filtration building is the pipe gallery. Green pipes carry water into the filters, blue pipes carry water away. Beige and silver pipes carry water and air used for cleaning the filters. The filtration building houses 4 large basins. These basins are lined with filter media, composed of 2 feet of anthracite carbon and a 1-foot layer of sand. Remaining sediment, bacteria, and other contaminants are trapped in these layers as the water percolates through the larger grained carbon and then the finer grained sand. Following filtration, staff test the turbidity again. Federal regulations require turbidity to measure below 0.3 NTUs at this stage in the process. If it goes above that level, valves and pumps close and the water is drained to the reclamation pond. Plant operators clean the filters every 1 to 4 days, depending on the amount of surface water being treated at the plant. To clean the filters, the basins are mostly drained. Air is sent backwards through the filters. This is followed by 50,000 gallons of water. You can see how dirty the water becomes as it flushes out contaminants captured by the filter. The dirty water is channeled to the headworks of the treatment plant, where it can be fully treated along with lake water. Eventually, the water runs clear and the filter is ready to be used again. The last step is disinfection. The water is pumped through an ultraviolet light treatment system to kill any existing bacteria. Chlorine is added to prevent further bacterial growth as the water makes its journey to town. Plant operators monitor the pH of the water, aiming for a slightly alkaline pH of 8. This will avoid stripping pipes and leaching chemicals from those pipes into the water system. To raise the pH, staff treat the water with caustic soda or sodium hydroxide. At this point, the Lake Mary water is blended with well water. The blended water is piped to a 1.2 million gallon enclosed well called a clear well, where it provides additional contact time with the chlorine and caustic soda. Fully treated, the turbidity typically measures around 0.05 or lower. The water is ready to be pumped through the distribution system and out for public use. The Lake Mary Water Treatment Plant can treat up to 8 million gallons of surface water per day, depending on precipitation. During years of heavy snowfall, that equates to nearly a third of the annual demand for the entire city. The plant was established in 1941, but stays up to date. Staff are currently installing new backup generators. Since electricity is required to pump water to various locations, generators ensure that Flagstaff will have clean drinking water in the case of an electrical blackout.
We are proud of the service we provide to the citizens of Flagstaff and think we produce some of the best tasting water in the region. Thank you for learning about the Lake Mary Water Treatment Plant.